If you've ever given someone the advice, follow your passion, stop right now. That advice could be the very reason why they're struggling to choose a career. By the end of this video, you'll understand why passion alone is not enough for choosing a career. I'll also give you 3 steps to clarify the career choosing process so that we can make it easier and support our children as they take this big step in their lives. So we've been made to believe that passion equals career happiness. But is that really the case? Let's talk about it. You might try a passion and end up hating that very thing that you converted from a passion to a job. For example, you love baking. You absolutely love it. You love testing new recipes and all that. So you decide to open a bakery. Over time, the bakery gives you so much stress that you begin to even hate the baking that put you in that career in the first place. That's one scenario. Secondly, passion doesn't always pay the bills. You might find that you really love doing something, but there's no market for it in the world at the moment. It could have been marketable ages ago, or it's not a solution that people are willing to pay money for. So would you follow this passion to be your career if there's no return on investment? The idea of a passion is also quite abstract. I mean, if your passion is eating, do you then become a chef because you will enjoy the process of cooking as well? It's not really clear where you're supposed to draw the line, or there are no direct lines between passion and careers. Thirdly, passion follows mastery. Ever think about it? Let's say the first time that you went to uni and you're like, is this really what I want to do? And then let's say you are doing something to do with computer science, or you are doing coding. Let's take coding actually. You don't really like it. You're like, why are we doing this? It doesn't make sense. And then you create your first project, like an app or whatever it is that you create. And you're like, hey, kumbe, I can do this. Then you try again and you're like, kumbe, if I do it like this and like this, I can do this, I can make this. And this is the impact that I'm going to make. And when you start looking at your not passion, but your job like that, then you build passion into it. Like, you might not be driven by the coding process, but you might be driven by the end result that you get from doing the actual coding. So, do you agree with me that passion follows mastery? If following your passion is bad advice, what should you tell somebody who's looking for your opinion or your advice on a career choice? This is what I would tell you. This is a 3-step method for clarifying what careers might suit you. The first step, identify your strengths and interests. Instead of asking, what am I passionate about? Ask, what am I naturally good at? Or what do I enjoy learning? For example, you might enjoy some subjects in school. When you go through these subjects that you enjoy, what is it that you enjoy about them? If you enjoy chemistry, do you enjoy the part of going to the lab and doing the actual experiments? Or do you enjoy the part of where you get to calculate and discover, oh, this is why X and Y happened to this chemical, or this is how X and Y are formed? What is it that you enjoy about that particular subject, or the thing that you're naturally good at? What is it that makes you naturally good at it? How can you articulate it? Step 2 is research market demand. You need to find out where your strengths and interests align to real-world needs. What problems can your skills and interests solve? You need to look at these industries in terms of their potential for growth. How fast are they growing, and how is their demand for labor? Even if you don't want to be employed, you might want to be in freelance, but freelance in which industry, and is there potential for it in that industry? The other thing is you need to check, what are these people being paid? in this industry. Heads up, this is very hard information to find in Kenya or in Africa in general. You will struggle to get labor market information related to Africa. What you will find is probably the more developed countries, they have more structured reporting for how much different careers can earn. But that's fine. Even if you don't have concrete information, you can ask around. If you know somebody in that particular career, then you can ask for more information about what am I likely to earn if I entered into this career. Is there high potential? How far up can I go? And such things. What happens if your natural abilities and your interests don't align to a career which is a high demand or a well-paying career? So for example, you've always wanted to be a teacher, you love working with children, but you know that teachers don't get paid so well, and this person who's asking you, you know that they will struggle when it comes to living on such a salary. This is the time to think outside the box. How can I translate this existing traditional career into a new world career where I can earn more for the same thing? So for example, let's use the same example of teaching. Instead of becoming a teacher, what if my work was to design online programs that help students solve the pain points that they have in their learning? Let me give a real world example. Kumon was created by someone who realized there's a gap in the way students are learning in class and what they're able to do at the end of it, especially when it relates to maths. So they developed this program where either parents or non-teaching employees or staff could help children learn maths or augment the maths that they're learning in school so that they understand the concepts better. What if you did something like that, but related it to a growing industry that is tech? So, for example, instead of using your teaching degree to teach, what if you used your teaching degree to come up with a design of a program that helps students or their parents or their teachers to address a pain point in the learning process? Wouldn't you be still achieving that idea that you want to work with children while earning money for it? Think about it. Step 3 is to experiment and get real world experience. I know this is a struggle for most of us, especially if you don't have, or if you as a parent don't have contacts or networks that you can utilize for this. But in case you do have these networks, I would really encourage you to speak to your friends about allowing your child to come and shadow them for a few hours in their office, just so that they can get a real world experience of what the job entails. For example, if your child wants to be a lawyer and you have a lawyer friend, why not ask that lawyer to host your child, and not to sugarcoat it for them, to actually let them see what it is that they do on a day-to-day basis. Having that actual experience of seeing this person, what they do, and now merging it with what they see on TV, they'll get to realize, oh, is this really what I wanted to do? Or what kind of work would really suit me? I say this because there's something which I read in one of my psychology papers, the CSI syndrome, where people believe that when a crime is investigated, the process that they follow on CSI or the resources that they have on CSI are what you have in the real world. But truth be told, first of all, it's highly unlikely, unless it's a high-profile case, it's highly unlikely that police are here collecting blood specimens to go and do a DNA test so that they can identify the criminal. Really rare. There's the perception that they get from the media, and then there's the real-world perception. And it's important for them to be able to reconcile the two and actually decide, is this what I am looking for in a career? In summary, instead of advising people to follow their passion, advise them to figure out their strengths and abilities, to have curiosity to learn about what is actually needed in the world, and to see the opportunities and take advantages of opportunities for real-world experience. That will set them apart. Here's a final action step that you can take with your Gen Z today. Ask them these 3 questions and see where they lead. Ask them, what subjects do they excel at, like without even trying? What is it that they know this one I'll ace even without actually thinking twice about it. The second thing that you can ask them is, what really irritates you? Like, if you had a superpower, what in the world would you change? What would you focus your energies on changing in the world? Or what problems would you solve? And thirdly, you can ask them, what activities make you lose track of time? Like, you don't even notice the hours have passed. I know a lot of them will answer gaming and doom scrolling, but you need to go deeper. What is it about the gaming that actually gets to them? Or what is it about the doom scrolling? Like, what kind of content do they lean towards? They'll have to really think about it. But if you are curious, there's something to be found. If your Gen Z is struggling to make a decision on what career they want to go into, or if you find that they're in university right now or they're in college right now and they're simply not enjoying what it is that they're doing, why not book them a career assessment? I promise it will give them the clarity that they need to get on the right path. To book an assessment, check the link in the description box below. If this information helped you in any way, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.